What's up, guys? Coming back to you with another sales video for all of June. It's not going to be very many, so I'm hoping to keep this pretty brief. Brief for me is like 15 minutes long, though. Um, Summer slowdown is real. It has already started for me. However, it was already bad because I had taken stuff out of my store when I moved. I had like just gotten rid of some, low dollar, slow selling items, and so my store is not as robust as it once was. That's not helping things, and um, I was just not in a position where I could really list that often in May. Um, I had lost my phone, which I keep saying in every video now. I had lost my phone, so I just recently got one at the end of May. So, but it's just hard to, um, bring things back up to where they are. Uh, I think a lot of the better stuff is gone out of my store, so right now I'm trying to beef that up. It's just gonna take a little while, and that and with it being pretty slow in the summertime, it's just a terrible combo. Anyway, okay, so I am a part-time seller, so this is just like extra income that I use for vacations or just extra items that I want or paying off debt. So, yeah, let's see what we've got here. So, these Dungeon and Dragon magazines, they are actually two separate magazines. There's the dungeon, then there's the dragon. They cover slightly different things. You'd think it'd be all the same, but it's actually not. So okay, they no longer make these, and they typically come with like these cool maps and stuff. So if you ever see them, pick them up. I mean, I picked these up for like $1 a piece. So and they don't sit forever and ever. They actually do sell pretty well. I had the very last issue of Dungeon recently, and that sold for like I want to say like $20 or something. So they they're not completely worthless if you find them. I would pick them up if you found them for $1 or less. Next item is the Sega Genesis Game Gear, the little portable Sega here. Okay, so I made a folly and I bought this for $8 without even seeing if it works. And if you're a veteran of reselling video games, you probably already know, but these hardly ever work. It's the capacitors in the back of them, and I had never even owned a Game Gear back in the day. This is the first time I've ever actually seen one. I've picked up the little bag in the back and sold one for $15, so I knew even picking it up for the bag was worth it. However, I would never pay $8 again. I just kind of was in that Nintendo mentality where most of it works. Even though it's like 20, 30 years old, it typically works. And that is not the case for the Sega Game Gears. So it came with mostly some casino games here. It came with Sonic 2, okay, two casino games, Sonic 2, um, Lion King, and Aladdin. So I think the reason that this sold finally, because I had it for months and months and months, um, is that Sonic is in the news, not to mention The Lion King is about to come out, and Aladdin just came out. So people may have been wanting it for these games. They could just ditch the Game Gear itself or even resell it as a broken item. They could keep the bag or resell that. They could resell the components. That is that might have been what I should have done as well because I did sit on this for like ever, but yeah, I would pick these up again if I saw them really, really cheap, especially if I saw like the whole kit like this. Um, but yeah, just watch out for these because they rarely ever work. Sold for 40. finally. Anyway, next item is just this vintage Ramones shirt. It wasn't super vintage, just 1999. I found it for a quarter in this person's like huge clothes lot, and they had a few vintage items. Um, this was the tag on it. I don't recognize this tag, but I have seen it on a few other shirts like these. So this was like a small, so of course it's not going to do that well, but finally it sold for $20 plus the shipping, which I was very happy about. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Quarter into $20. Next item is some Doc Martens. I bought these for $2 at a church sale. They sat forever and ever. I thought the backs of them kind of looked like Harry Potter shoes. I know Harry Potter wasn't even out when these were made, but I thought the little tags were cool. Um, I vaguely remember these from the 90s, but I had never had any, so these were not in the best condition as you can see. And also, uh, the pictures are kind of have this bluish tint. I think I took these outside with my old phone, and they just didn't turn out all that great. These were also super heavy, so they had some shipping to them. But yeah, I never bothered with the leather stuff. Maybe that would have helped the value, but then I would have paid for the leather stuff, and I just don't come across enough of these to really make it worth it. Maybe in the future, but I wasn't worried about cleaning them up or anything. I knew they'd sell eventually. But yeah, these were the made in England ones, women's 6.5, which also probably hurt the val or not hurt the value, maybe hurt the value, but also hurt the time that it was selling. That's basically my size, so I'm like, that's a normal size, right? Apparently not. Everyone, like, most women's sizes are like an 8, I think. So I just have small feet. Next item is another one of these Care Bear little gift boxes sold for $10. This is like probably one of the cutest that I had. So, not that the other ones aren't cute, but this is like this. I thought this was the cutest one. So, yeah, $10 plus shipping, and I paid like I want to say 60 cents for these. Next item is the Sony PSP. Definitely look for these. This is the only one I've seen in the wild. I bought it for $10, and it was the 3001. So it was like one of the later. Actually, that was the last edition that was made, the 3000s, and it came with Harry Potter downloaded into the system. Um, and it had like some Final Fantasy graphics just on there. I left all that. I didn't like reset the whole system. There was no like weird crazy pictures on there or anything, so I wasn't overly concerned about that. But what is interesting about this is that I put it up for $70 and it was getting like all these views and all these watchers super quickly, and I am always watching my views and watchers. I know some people just throw things up there and don't care. That's not, I think I have like this obsessive personality where I have to like kind of control things, and I was looking at the views and the watchers and everything, and I saw that they were going up way too rapidly, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to up this to $80. See if I can get 80. And sometimes that can be a mistake. Like I've done that in the past and like not been so successful with that. But I just had a feeling that I had listed this for way too low. So I put it at 80. It sold to someone in Canada, plus the shipping, of course. So yay. Like I said, bought this for 10. Um, and yeah, went to Canada. This I got at a Goodwill for $4. This was very, very clean inside and out. It was a nice fossil bag. It only sat for maybe a couple months, and I mean, it was just so pretty. Like it was suede. I just couldn't believe how clean it was coming from the Goodwill. Very like textured, kind of like a kind of had a boho look to it. Anyway, it finally sold for full price for $30 plus the shipping. This was a very cool item that I sold. I got it for only 50 cents at the large garage sale that I went to a few months back. I did a little bit of filming and did a thrift haul from it. I know some people are put off by how many people um, go to that garage sale. I mean, they get like a ton of people lined up before it opens, and it's only for one weekend every year, but I try to go every year, even if I have to request off of work for it, because I find that it is very, very much worth it. I got this and another Tamagotchi for 50 cents each, and I noticed that there wasn't a lot of this blue color on the Digimon. Now, these are typically worth a good bit anyway. I want to say, just off the top of my head, between $60 and $80. But I noticed that it had like this translucent blue color, and there wasn't a lot of these out there. So I replaced the battery and everything. It worked great, and I put it up as like a rare color, I guess. And tons of people from Malaysia kept messaging me, like giving me offers, and I'm like, what is happening? Like, what is the like? Were these big in Malaysia or something? And I think possibly they were. I did a little bit of research about it, but couldn't find that much. But I did find that people in Malaysia, for some reason, are very interested in these Digimons. And I guess it was just a popular toy back then over there. And the guy was asking me like if it would battle other monsters and stuff. It will supposedly these battle other monsters using these little capacitors up here. I did not know if that worked because you have to have two of them. But yeah, the buyer messaged me and was like, "Okay, well, thank you." I answered his questions as much as I could, and then I I said I don't know if that part works. He said, "All right, well, I'll come back to you with an offer." And yeah, he came back to me with like $100 offer, and I took it because I was just tired of all like the craziness going on with this toy. I mean, I had to take it off of best offer at one point because there was just too many like people sending me offers, and then I would like sometime one time I accepted one offer and the person was like, "Oh, I didn't know I was actually buying this." And it was just it was kind of nuts. So I'm glad someone finally bought it. It is still on its way to Malaysia. It's in like Kuala Lumpur. I can't remember how to say that. Koala? It's not koala. It's you may have heard of it. Yeah, so it's on its way there. I hope the guy really likes it. And it was just a fun item to pick up. Anyway, on to my Etsy sales. I did mention this last month. I did not sell it in April. I sold it in June. Sold it for 20 bucks plus shipping. I just wanted to clarify that in case I don't think anyone cares, but I did make a mistake saying that I sold this in April. It was a very cool constellation shirt from the Smithsonian Institution. And then the last sale I had was this tier curtains that were made in the 60s. I found these at an estate sale for like, I want to say they were only a couple bucks. I wouldn't have paid more than that for them. But yeah, they were nothing too special, but they were like a kind of a kitschy pink color. I was hoping they'd go to like a prop house or something or a movie, but just some lady bought them, and they went for I want to say like yeah, they went for 20 plus someone bought priority shipping, so like $8 of shipping. Anyway, that's it, and thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of these sales, and I hope your sales are going better than mine are. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.